Hi everybody, and welcome to another Friday's tutorial. And this Friday I want to talk to you about a second scrapbook that I want to make. And maybe you are following my drawing lessons, then you must have noticed that I started making a scrapbook about portrait studies. And I want to train myself this year to become a good portrait drawer, and I'm making several sketches from pictures that I take from Pixabay or from maybe magazines or whatever you want, and then make as many studies as possible to become a better portrait drawer. Now, we've done some of those already, but now and then maybe you think like, well, I don't feel like drawing portraits today. I want to do something completely different because I'm tired or whatever problem there may occur. So that's why I already started making a second scrapbook, and this will be about drawing landscapes. I think this is going to help me a lot in becoming even a better portrait drawer, and landscapes are just as important because of all the perspective that you learn. So what I did is, here you can see me getting started. And this is my perspective and landscape studies, start March 2019, freehand drawing by Lineke Lijn. So that's what I want to do, and keep you updated this whole year 2019. And as you can see, it's also it's bounded in rings, so I have a lot of space to put in all kinds of extra drawings. And the easiest way to start is, of course, one-point perspective. And here you see my first picture that I've taped in. I just used some tape, and I tried to find as easy as possible landscapes to start with, especially for if you are a beginner, to get a better insight of what's going on. So then you take scribbly pads, just cheap paper, and you can just start drawing. And this is very cheap paper, so you don't have to bother about well, the costs or something. And what is also very, very important is when you start this, that you can take a very thin piece of paper and see what is going on between the light and the dark areas. Just place it over, and in that way you do not drown yourself in little details. You train yourself in watching for dark and light areas. Here you see a very quick sketch, and what is happening is that you see a horizon line like this, and here you see the disappearing point about here, and this is the river bench. You can easily draw out, so you know where all the disappearing lines are going. Now here we see a little bit of a tree, and here we see a dark area with all kinds of bigger trees, and in that way you see where the darker areas are. And you can see here reflection in the water. And in this way I am training myself to get the bigger view, if you like. Now, this is a great way of approach, and I've put in more. For instance, this one here, also a one-point perspective. and you can see that the lines on the road are all going to one point, and this is our horizon, and there are some bushes here just on the horizon, some tiny mountains way in the back, and all those lines go to one point. Now for the clouds, these are big, and then as they go towards the horizon, they become smaller and smaller and less defined. Now, there's another thing that I want to share, and you can see it here. It's called Pixabay. And when you go to Pixabay and you type in, for instance, landscapes, and you go there, you get all kinds of amazing landscapes, and this is free for artists to use. And here you can see this one. It's very, very easy, and that's how I found this picture, for instance. So you can now, if you are making more than one study, which is very, very recommended, as you come towards the third, fourth or fifth drawing, you can put in more detail, and you can zoom in if you want. You can watch what the skies are doing. So that's very, very great indeed. Or what's going on in alongside the road, and in that way you can get into detail. But at first, do not go there. Just go to the main picture, and then later on you can even put in some figures or something, but that's all for later. Here's another nice one. It's a poppy field, and here also you can see all those disappearing lines going toward that one point perspective, and the horizon is a little bit lower than the edge here because the land is going around. It's on a kind of a slopey hill, and then the lines go like so to this disappearing point here. And also here you can see that the poppies on the front are much bigger and then getting smaller and smaller as they go towards the horizon. So that's a nice one too. And let's see what I already found. Oh yes, I love this one. It's a lighthouse, of course. Also one point perspective. And I loved this one so much. So I already made a quick drawing here with a little bit of ink and some graphite. And also here, try to first get the main picture. So what's light and what's dark. And we know that this lighthouse here is very important. And you can see a reflection in the petal here in front of this rock. So I started drawing that and getting that right, and then you see that I'm a little bit off here. It should have been a little bit straighter, but that's how I train myself. And you can see here the horizon, which is the sea, of course. So an awesome way to study, and I can also check my own drawing if I am getting those lights in good, the dark and the light values. So I think this is a great way to get started, and I really recommend for you to also make some kind of scrapbook like this, but take very easy landscapes to start with a straight horizon. Some things in front, of course, could be nice. This is a very nice one. You can see the lines in the sky of aeroplanes that have been flying around, and this is a very, very nice sky, I think, with a counter light. So I want to dive into that one too, and maybe later on we can start drawing some mountains, make a bit of a blurry well, far distant mountains. And once you start drawing mountains, then your horizon is gone. It's somewhere here, I think, because you have to deal with all those hills and sloping areas. So we will dive into that too. Well, this is nice also. Still the horizon here, and then huge cliffs, for instance, and again those nice clouds in the sky. Drawing sea is always well, nice because you can see the actual horizon. So I hope you like my approach and that this may be helpful to you too, to get started or to develop even more your insight of drawing landscapes. And I would suggest for next Friday that we start with this easy one. I think this is quite easy because you have a lot of help here and you have a lot of dark and light values. So this will be our number one study next Friday. And then in this way I can also shift around a little bit. The one week I will do a portrait, and then the next week I will come back with a landscape, and in that way we will be training ourselves this whole year. So hope you like it, and I hope you will join me next Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you all the luck. Take care, and I see you next week.